Let us review the important formulae in straight lines. So we have the various forms of the equations. X equals C represents any vertical line. Y equals D represents any horizontal line. Y equals mx plus c represents any non-vertical straight line. If we know the slope and the x-intercept of the line, we can use this form. The intercept form is x by a plus y by b equals 1, and this is the normal form. So p is the length of the perpendicular dropped from the origin to the straight line, and alpha is the angle that the perpendicular makes with the x-axis. This is the 2-point form, and this is the point slope form. The general equation of a line is ax plus by plus c equals 0. The angle between two straight lines is given by this formula. So m1, m2 represent the slopes of the two lines. If m1 is equal to m2, then the lines are parallel. If m1 times m2 is equal to minus 1, then the lines are perpendicular. To write down the equation of a line parallel to a given line, we can use this method. Suppose we have 2x minus 3y minus 5 equals 0, and we need a line parallel to this one. All we have to do is change the constant. So we get this. The value of lambda can be found by using some other condition. If we need a line perpendicular to a given line, we have to interchange the coefficients of x and y, change the sign of one of them, and also change the constant. So we get 3x plus 2y plus lambda equals 0. The value of lambda can be found by using some other condition. The distance of a point from a straight line is given by this formula. So the point is x1, y1, and the line is ax plus by plus c equals 0. The distance between two parallel lines is given by this formula. The equations of bisectors is given by this formula, and the two bisectors are always perpendicular to each other. Also notice that if C1 and C2 have the same sign, then the plus sign here represents the bisector of the angle in which the origin is present. Three lines are said to be concurrent if they all pass through the same point. So if these are the three lines, then they would be concurrent under this condition. So this 3 by 3 determinant of coefficient should be equal to 0. Now it is generally better to solve for the point of intersection of any two lines and see if that point also lies on the third line. The family of straight lines concept represents all straight lines which pass through the intersection of two given lines. So if P is one line and Q is another line, then the family of straight lines which passes through the intersection of these two is given by P plus lambda Q equals 0. Lambda is a parameter and it has to be found from some other given condition in the question. Position of points. Well, if we have 2 points L and M, and if we need to find out on which side of a given straight line they lie, we can use this method. So let us say that the equation of the line is ax plus by plus c equals 0. So we plug in the coordinates of L into this line's equation and we get this expression. And we have to notice the sign of E1. Similarly, we plug in the coordinates of the point M and call that E2 and find out the sign of E2. If E1 and E2 have the same sign, then the points L and M are on the same side of the straight line. And if they have opposite signs, then L and M lie on opposite sides of the straight line. We should review the concept of centroid and orthocentre. So the centroid is the meeting point of the three medians of a triangle. The coordinates of the centroid is given by the formula shown over here. The orthocentre is a meeting point of the three altitudes of a given triangle, and there is no simple formula for the orthocentre. The circumcenter and the incentre are also important, and we need to know their definitions. So the circumcenter is the point where the three perpendicular bisectors of the sides of a triangle meet. And again, there is no formula for that, but the circumcenter has some important properties. The distance of the circumcenter from the three vertices of a triangle is always equal, and that distance is called the circumradius. The incentre is the point where the three angle bisectors of a triangle meet, and the incentre has the property that its perpendicular distance from the three sides of a triangle are equal. The formula for the incentre is given over here, but this formula is not used very much.